What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pro Branson here doing a top 8 deck profile of Gravekeepers. Take it away. What did you run?
3 Spy, 3 Recruiter, 3 Commandant, 3 Descendant. You need 3. 2 Guard.
Did you like Guard?
Guard was amazing all day. Just works against everything. Against Rabbit, it's insane. And Rabbit's the worst matchup, probably, out of the relevant decks.
Yeah.
It's not awful against Insectors, because once I bring out XYZs, it's an easy out. Chaos Dragons, it's pretty meh, but just have to live with that because this already has a good matchup against those.
Yeah, true.
And 2 Malefic Stardust.
Did you find the second one was dead a lot?
Not really. It was usually live, like, most of the time. But the card's too good not to use too often.
Especially because of Rabbits now.
Because it's really good against Rabbit, because you get over the Dolka and Lagia.
And also against Chaos Dragons.
Chaos Dragons, they can't Raikou or Lila you. And Insectors, they'll need to destroy this before they can get rid of your Valley.
Yeah, true.
And if you have anything like stop that, then you're sweet.
Cool. For spells?
3 Valley, 3 Duality, 2 Steely, Dark Hole, and Book of Moon.
It's pretty standard.
Well, not really. There's no royal tributes.
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess you can call standard.
So why didn't you run tributes?
Tribute is just really inconsistent. Most of the time you don't open with it, and even if they go first, it makes it a whole lot worse. So really, for it to be good, you need to go first, plus you have to open it, and you don't want to open many monsters either. And you need Valley too, so... I mean, the odds of it going off and being really good are pretty slim, and most of the time you just draw it and it's dead, and you need live cards in this deck.
Okay.
So you're already drawing dead Valleys and stuff like that anyway, so... Yep. Traps, 2 Solemn Warning, 2 Bottomless, 2 TT, Triple Compulse. That card's amazing.
MVP.
Really, really amazing. You can chain it if you flip a Spy and they use Veiler or Chalice or something. You can chain this, bounce it to your hand. So they've wasted a card there. You get to reuse the Spy and the effect still goes off.
Yeah.
So that's just amazing in itself, but also it's just a great out to XYZ is fantastic against Rabbit. Decent against Insectors, because if they get rid of your Valley and try and go off, you can just bounce it and you'll stop them for that turn, then you can get another Valley on the field and you'll be safe after that. 2 Starlight Road, I think 2's good.
Did you ever find one dead?
Sometimes, but that's naturally going to happen. It never lost me a game because I had a dead Starlight Road. I think you need to, because whenever you don't have it, you just feel naked with this deck. Like, you really need the 2.
Yeah, it makes you feel really safe, I guess.
Yeah, and most of the time I got it off when people were using TT. You can flip a Spy and overextend a little and be safe.
Why not Bribe?
So that's fine. Bribe, I just don't like Bribe because you're letting your opponent draw a card, and that's just annoying. I mean, generally, if you're going to use a Bribe, you'd be using that on something that you'd be using a Starlight Road on anyway, and the benefits of this are just so much greater, so...
Okay.
Yeah. And 2 Chain. Chain is just generally good. It helps against Insectors a lot.
How do you find it against Chaos Dragons?
Against Chaos Dragons, I actually like it, just because I'm not going to attack into a Raikou, because that would just be silly. So if they flip a Raikou, I can chain this, or if they summon Lila, I can chain this. Because against Chaos Dragons, you really need to protect your Valley.
Yeah, definitely.
You normally didn't side it out?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It depends if I think what I think they're going to side in. It's alright to side it out because they're probably going to side in MSDs.
Yeah.
So I think usually I would side it out. But game 1, it's good.
Yeah.
And lastly, Solemn Judgment.
Cool. What about the side deck or extra deck?
Go with the side deck.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of irrelevant, but yeah. 2 Veiler. It's good against Insectors. I didn't really side it in much against Rabbit, because it'll just be dead unless I open with it.
True. Did you use it to synchro much?
Not really. I didn't side it in that much, because I only played one Insector deck, and I didn't really side it in against Rabbit too much.
Okay.
And I'd only side it going second against Rabbit too, if I decide to side it. 2 Raikou, it gets rid of Decrees, Shadow Mirrors if I think I'm going to use it. It's just good against Rabbit because I can destroy their Laggies. It's good against Chaos Dragons too, gets rid of Decree, and Light Pulse misses the timing.
Did anybody summon Gwyber against your Raikou?
Gwyber? I don't think so.
Because that's what I was
Because
happening.
most people think you're going to set a Spy or a Guard or Recruiter, and they can't really get over it.
If they live
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Gwyber, it's pretty bad.
So, yeah, people side out Gwyber anyway.
Oh yeah,
Because
that's true.
too many
So,
wolves in Gravekeepers.
yeah. But even if they did, it wouldn't be that awful. I'd probably take a back row out.
Yeah.
I should have an out, like a compulsory. Yeah. Heavy Storm catches people off guard. And, yeah, it won me a few games.
Have you ever? How many times did you resolve Heavy Storm?
I think just twice. But yeah. I could have used it in my last game too, but I had a pretty bad hand, because he set 2 going first. And I had a pretty bad hand, so I had to set the heavy, hoping to bait out more and get a big plus off it if I wanted to come back into the game. But yeah, he MST'd it in the end phase, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. But you know, it was a risk I had to make, I think. 3 MST. I could have gone with 2. I think I only started in the 3rd once, and that was when I knew my opponent was using 3 Decrees.
Yeah.
2 Light Mirror. It's really good against Chaos Dragons, obviously. Stops the Raikou and Lila, which is what I need to stop to save my Valley. 3D Prison. I wasn't sure if I was going to use that, but I figured it's just too good against Chaos Dragons. And
Why do you think it's good against Chaos Dragons?
just because Gravekeepers struggles when there's big monsters on the field, and against Chaos Dragons sometimes Compulse isn't good enough, and they're going to waste all their Spell and Trap Destruction on Necro Valley, so I figure it's alright. And it's also decent against Rabbit from every now and then. If I think they're going to go into Dolpher a lot, then I'd side those in. And 3 Macro, which Insectors and Chaos Dragons.
Did that conflict much?
Not really, because when you've got this on the field, actually I only sided 2 against Chaos Dragons.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2, depending. Because if you draw this like after they've got stuff in the grave, it's pretty pointless.
Did you ever sided macro with the Raikou, and did that conflict?
It doesn't conflict because Raikou still works.
You don't want to mill anything. You don't care about milling.
Yeah,
Raikou.
yeah. So that doesn't matter. But I sided in Light Mirror and Raikou actually, which I thought might conflict, but generally it doesn't. Because if I got that on the field, I should be sweet. But that's kind of just if they have Decree. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did you play in Swiss?
I played 1 Heretic, 2 Rabbit, 2 Chaos. I lost to 1 Chaos deck, but the guy using that, he's a very good player, so yeah. No complaints there. 1 Insector, 1 Hero, and that's it.
And top 32?
Then top 32 is Rabbit, top 16 was Rabbit, and top 8 I lost to Rabbit.
Oh, okay. Would there be any changes if you were to play the deck again?
I'd probably try and find something for the side that I thought was the 1 card to replace that I thought would be really good.
Yeah.
Do you think that 3 macro is necessary, or would 2 be enough?
I think you need 3, probably because of Dark World.
Oh, just in case.
If
'cause
you
there's
verse
nothing
Dark
else.
World, then you really want that.
True.
And plus you really want that against Insector, because Insector can be an issue.
Yeah.
People think Insector's a really good matchup for this, but it's
How often were you going to time?
time. I always
It's a
went to
problem.
time in this. Like time's a
like-
huge problem.
Wouldn't it be worth citing something for time?
I think you could drop that. I was thinking about it before the event, like using Ceasefire, but I didn't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
Then people would be like, oh,